Lesson 114, we're going to look at graphing and solving inequalities. So in the past we've done, y equals mx plus b, and we have an equal sign, and then we graphed. Well, the only difference here is we have a greater than or a less than or equal to, whatever. We have one of those inequality type of signs. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by just graphing it like we would a normal line with a few exceptions. So if we did an equal sign, we just draw a line, and whatever coordinates are on that line is what satisfies our equation. We're looking to satisfy an equality, so let's look at this line first. Well, what's our y-intercept? Our y-intercept would be 4. Our slope is a 1, so up 1 over 1, down 1 to the left 1. If it is a greater than or equal to sign, or a less than or equal to sign, then that means we have a solid line. So I connect these points like so. Since it is a less than, we need to shade underneath. Now I'm not going to fully shade yet, but I'm going to point an arrow down telling me that I'm going to need to shade underneath. So what that means is x and y can be any coordinate on this line or underneath it. So for example, if 0, 0 was plugged in, well, 0 would be less than or equal to 0 plus 4. So that works. So we know we'd be shading in the proper direction if you wanted to check it. Now let's draw the other line. Okay, y-intercept is -1. Slope is 2 over 1. Okay, so my line is supposed to go somewhat like that. All right, I know I curved it a little bit, but I want you to get the big picture. Now, if it's one of these, we have a dotted line because once again, it can't be equal to, so we don't want anything on the line. So I'm going to make it dotted. All right, you get the idea. So that's a dotted line. And now from here, well, it said it has to be greater than this line. So greater than would be up in this direction. When we shade, it needs to satisfy both equations. So we want it greater than this line, but less than this line. So that area shaded would be in that region. And that is how you graph inequalities. If you want to figure out if your solution works or not, you can plug in a coordinate for each one and make sure, if you plugged in 0 and 0, that 0 would be greater than 0 minus 1. So the origin satisfies that equation. We already know that it works for that one. So we shaded in the proper region. That's how you graph inequalities.